Everyone, happy Friday. Thank you for joining me here tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery kits. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. And it's a time where we can relax and craft together for about an hour. And I work on projects from beginning to end, so you can be part of the entire process along the way and ask your questions and just come hang out. Tonight is Finish It Friday, and what that means is the first Friday of every month we stop whatever we're working on and break out one of the projects that we've had sitting around for a while, an unfinished project, and we put an hour into that project. And tonight I am working on the Triangle Tango Quilt from Missouri Star Quilt Co. Here it is right there. So we are at the stage that we are actually sewing our blocks into the rows. So we're actually quite far along with this project, but it's one of those, it's a quilt project, so there's always another step, and they all take forever. But that's what we're working on tonight. We're getting a little bit further on it. And I had to show the fire. It's chilly enough that we've actually started putting the fire on, and I love having the fire on, so I had to put that back there. All right, you guys, I'm going to flip you around. Let's get started tonight. Nice seeing all of y'all again. Okay, I have the old sewing machine out. It's actually the newest sewing machine that I have. It's that 70s sewing machine, the 70s Kenmore sewing machine. I decided to get this one out again and play with that. And look, I cleaned up my whole table. Feeling good. Feeling good and clean. All right, so this project, I'm storing it in the Missouri Star Quilt Co. bag. Let's see what we got happening here. So it looks like these are the rows that we have done. Yeah, so this is row 7, so we must have left off, yep, that's sewn together. We left off with row 7. We have them all labeled. We'll just let that be on the side here. So I'm going to pull out, here we go. We have bundle 8, and you can see bundle 9's in here. I think we got through 14, yep. So we've that many more to go. Gonna leave that to the side. So the trick here is that we gotta stay in order. And I think what we did, okay, I'm gonna save that 8. I think what I did to keep track is I put a clip in the upper left-hand corner, and then I knew the direction of everything. So I'm gonna sew the first 2 together. And I'm going to keep something in the upper left-hand corner of any grouping. So I don't need one here because I'm sewing those together. But the next row, I will put a clip in the upper right-hand corner there. So let's just fold this in half. I'm just gonna have to keep track. That's the big game here. And I need to go in order too, right? I don't want to change the order of this, so I have to remember how they come off the sewing machine. So 1 and 2 come off of the sewing machine, and 3 and 4. And I just have to remember to sew them. Once I sew the groupings of 2 together, I have to remember to start from the back and work my way front. And then that's where the upper left-hand corner is going to help. I think it's going to make sense. All right, so let's go down to the sewing machine. It has been a while that I used this. I actually had to set it up for a while. It wasn't sewing, and I couldn't figure it out. This is the one that I got the feed dogs fixed on, and they do go down now. Thank goodness. I'm very excited about that. But I put them up because I was going to sew, and it wasn't going, and so they weren't up far enough, so I had to open it up, and I just pushed up a little on the feet, and then they started to go again. But listen how quiet this is compared to the machines we've been using. It's kind of comforting. Haven't heard that sound in a while. So I don't have my sewing table on. I was having the darndest time finding, I was gonna put my adjustable sewing table on this again instead of this thing, so it's flat, but I couldn't find the feet to raise it. But then I found the feet in my pile of leaders here. So I'm happy I didn't lose them. I thought I lost them. All right, so in this next grouping, I'm putting, on the next one, I'm putting it in the upper right hand again, and then that one gets sewn to this one. So I think we're gonna figure it out here. Because I put these in a very specific order already. They can't be jostled around or anything. That's the scary part at this point. Keeping it in order. But I suppose if there's a little mistake, it's not going to be the end of the world. My mom already finished one of these quilts, and it turned out so pretty. Wow, I cannot believe how quiet this is. So goofy. All right, I need some more of these fellers, because I got to put one in the upper right hand, or upper left hand corner again. All right, that one goes to here. It's so fun to see these fabrics again. Been some time. So I might not go the whole hour tonight. We will see. My brother is in town just for tonight, on his way back to the ski hill, back to Washington. So it's nice to see him. It was nice having a summer getting to see him. So I might duck out a little early to go hang out with him for a little longer tonight. But I definitely wanted to get some sewing on this guy in. So I think we can probably finish 2 rows tonight, I'm hoping. Especially if we get a rhythm going here. Yes, the feed dogs are totally working now, and I'll show you once we're done sewing here tonight. I'll show you the feed dogs. They do go down. Like I said, I had to nudge them up though. Like they wouldn't kind of pop up all the way. They were a little bit too low, so it wasn't bringing the fabric forward. But I opened it up and I just pushed up on them, and they popped right back in, and they still lowered and raised at that point. So it'll be a new experience, free motion quilting on this guy, because I haven't done it with completely perfectly lowered feed dogs before. We always just try to cover up the feed dogs a little bit with a postcard or something. But now it'll be free to go wherever. Wow, it's so quiet though. Feels weird. All those other machines that we've been using are so loud. I mean, with those machines, the motor's on the outside, and they're older, different machines. Okay, so there, oh, one more. This is the last one. And then we can start combining things. It's comforting, though, to be back to this machine, I think. Ugh. It was a day, though. Our power was out for a lot of the day. So John Boy came with me to the office, which was kind of nice. All right. Here's our first little leader. So now this is the last thing on, like this chain of pieces. So I'm going to take the last one off. So this is the first one. And on this first one, so now I know on this grouping, the upper left hand one has that clip. And you know what? This is the first one of the grouping. I'm going to put this number 8 back on here just as an extra reminder that this is the first one in the row, just so I don't get that messed up too. So what I'm going to do is, so this is 1 and 2. Now I'm going to take the next 2 off of the back, the next furthest all the way back. And again, the upper left-hand corner, I know that goes there. So now I'm going to take this off. I don't need that clip anymore because I'm going to flip it and sew to the 1 and 2 pieces. So it's no longer the upper left corner. It's in the middle somewhere. The most upper left corner is this number 8. So now this is going to be a group of 4. So I think this is the trick, just keeping it in order. Oops. Dang, I'm going to reverse a little bit. That seam allowance flipped. There. I flipped it back. All right, now I'm going to take the next one off the end. This is the 5 and 6 piece. Get the upper left-hand corner one. And then the next one. I'm going to remove that. Feels good to work on this project again. It's nice though, I have the whole project contained in that little bag, so I had everything that I needed right away for it. All right, continuing to take the back pieces off. Oops, I just accidentally flipped that one a little bit. Cute, 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 cute. I kind of don't like when quilts get this big. Or not when quilts get this big, but I don't like this stage. I like it that it's actually starting to come together, but I'm so used to working on small little blocks so that when I have all this fabric and I got all this fabric over here, I feel like super clumsy again. Okay, we are back at that first 4 together. Oh, that's true. Maybe this one will be done by spring. I'll have to, if we do a few more Finish It Fridays on it, then that could be. Or it'd be a good one to finish in spring, that's for sure. Okay, I'm sewing 2 of these bigger rows together now. And I'm actually going to start up row number 8 now because I only have this one more segment to sew on here. But instead of using a leader so I can take this off and sew it on, I'm going to just start the next row. So we'll do rows 7 and 8 tonight. Yeah, I'm not going to do a border or anything for this, so yeah, it should go pretty quick. All right, I'm pulling out, stack number 8 and number 9 we're doing. So here's stack number 9. I'm going to take the first 2 off of there. All right, these are the first and second of row number 9. Line up this bottom part a little bit better. All right, now I can take that last segment off and add it to my row number 8 here. And it's good that I have that guy in the upper left-hand corner, so I always know the orientation that this needs to be. But this is it for number 8. We'll sew one more of the number 9 blocks together just to get this one off of the machine without using a leader. So we're actually going to use like 1 leader this entire sewing project. I was thinking we'd start using those up again, but not for this job. All right, so I need to sew one more thing on here before getting that one off, so I'm going to do the second bit of number 9. I'm going to mark that. Need to mark these in the upper left-hand corner, though, as I go. I hope that I don't drop them on the floor or something. Then they'll be totally screwed up. If that happens, I might just skip this row and have to come back to it and lay it all out and figure it out before sewing the rows together. But I'm not going to think like that because I will not drop it on the ground. How about that? All right, so I'm going to take the first section of number 9 off and set that to the side, and then we have our number 8 row. So our 8 row is completely done here. I'm going to just get up here. I want to fold it up and get it out of the way. Oh, I know. Isn't that moon fabric just freaking darling? Okay, oops, sorry, I bumped you guys just a hair there. All right, so I'm going to fold this up. This is row 8 completed. I'm folding it just so that the seam allowances are on the inside. I think that'll maybe protect it a little bit. Ooh, let's stretch this. Cute, 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 cute. It's going to be a big quilt, this one. I think it's going to be a good queen-size quilt. I think that's what we measured it to. All right. Row 8. Add that to our first 7 rows here. Cool. So these are all numbered still because that's the order I'm going to sew the complete rows in later. So that'll be good. All right, let's finish this row here. And I think that might be all we do tonight is just finish this number 9. Number 9 quilt or row. And we'll call it a Finishing Friday. Feel good. 2 more rows on this is 2 more rows I don't have to do later. And this feels really good. I might just leave this project out. This is one of those things that, like, I might just pick up tomorrow and work on a little bit. I don't know if I'll do that for real, but if I do, I will throw the video on, and if any of you guys pop in, I'll say hi and we can chit-chat. We'll see what tomorrow brings or Sunday, but now that I'm working on it, I would love to get a few more rows done. That would just be nice. Now that I have my table is all clean and, you know, I'm going to have to move this all again on Monday because Monday we're going to be working back on the Betts White spooky clock tower. So now that this is all out, I kind of want to get a little farther on it. So we'll see. we'll see. I have kind of a lot to do this weekend, but it might be relaxing just to take an hour and sew a couple rows. Let's see, this is 9, and there's 14 rows total, so we got 5 more rows to do, so that's probably a little more than an hour's worth of work, but oh, wouldn't that be nice to get all these rows done. Don't know if that's in the cards, but that would be pretty cool. We'd be way closer to being done then, because then we're on to a whole nother step. That always feels like a big accomplishment. All right, these are the last 2. I gotta make sure that I'm always putting that clip on. Otherwise I'll get super confused later. Ugh, just it's nice to hear this machine again. Although it's pretty nice to play with other machines. I do have the black machine out on display now. It's not, I didn't put it back in its table, which I think is cool too. I love that it folds down into the table, but I left it out. So it looks all pretty in the living room, and if I really want to, I could just plug it in and start sewing. So that'd be kind of fun. All right. So I just took the second piece off because I already have the first piece off here. So let's unfold that. We can remove that since it's no longer the most upper left-hand corner. Yes, I honored it by leaving it out. And it looks pretty cute. I moved a plant to a different part of the room and left it out. I'm a little nervous to keep that one plugged in, just because the the cord is really old and stuff. But if it was a new cord, I would just leave it plugged in with the pedal there, and then it just then it would be totally ready to go. Have a little bin of fabric or something out. Got to get all those barriers out of the way if that's actually going to be worked on. But I could with just a couple steps. Less steps than having to move it and flip it open. It sounds so good. All right, we got 2 more to make into 4s. And then we'll sew the 4s together. So since I'm not going to be starting another block, I will have to use a leader at the end. That's okay. Then I get more of my leader quilts done. Oh yeah, my steampunk sewing machine. Yep, that's the one that I'm leaving out. It's just too cute. It's so funny because in all the writings about it, like the historical little things, when I see it pop up in articles, they're always like, it's so ugly. Those ones. Those the ones that I call the steampunk ones, like the black crinkle and the brown and green crinkle. I just think they look super industrial and cool. So I don't know. They all say that they look ugly, but I don't think they look ugly at all. They're fun. Okay, let's grab this guy off the end. And the next guy. This is where the upper left-hand corner comes in handy because they're getting flopped around. Gosh, it's just been so long since my table here has been clean. That alone makes me want to just sew. Put these ends together. My 1/4 inch might be a little big on these, but I think we'll survive. Okay, so now, yep, that was it. So now I need to put my leader in here. So I can snip both of these off. Okay, this is the first piece. This is the second. Hope I'm doing all this right. We'll see eventually. It's just going to be how it's going to be, I guess. I'll show you guys the feed dogs after this seam here. Okay, I need a new leader, so I'm going to get pieces out here from my basket. Right sides together. Okay, so that is row number 9 done. So I'm going to just, I'm going to take this leader off just so I can show you the feed dogs. But yeah, so for the feed dogs, I have to activate them, I actually have to take off this arm, or this guy here. So with this off, then I can sew like sleeves or wrap things around here like pants, cuffs, or whatever. But this button right here, that's what lowers the feed dogs. And sometimes it needs a little bit of a nudge. So I'm going to get in real close here so you guys can see. So, so here's the feed dogs. They're up right now. And now I push them down. So now if I sew, they stay underneath the level there. And then when I flip it back up, then they come back up. So now you can see them again. They're going to pull the fabric. So there, now this is the mode that we would go in for quilting. One thing I did have to do though, like right under here, I did have to push on this. So this is, oh, that's so much loose. So this was immobile before. This is what was completely locked. The guy was wrenching on it with a wrench and a screwdriver, like pounding on it to get it unstuck, but now it's completely loose. And look, so that's really exciting for me because that's I've never had that capability to move it up and down. See, up and then down. So it work. So that was the big situation that I could not figure out. He greased the heck out of it, heated it up. And I had to go back a couple times just because it got locked up again, and it's finally totally working. Gretchen, it probably happened because it was probably never ever used. They just probably were never lowered, and after 40 years or something of not being lowered, it just, and with like oil and all that, it just kind of locked in place. But yeah, it's great. So I'm excited. We're going to be doing the Splendid Sampler some more, and that's the Quilt As You Go, so that'll be kind of fun. We'll have to do some more Quilt As You Go soon to test that out a little bit. So for now, though, let's fold up this row number 9, add it to our stack, and I think we will call it an evening. A nice short little finish it Friday. Oops, I bumped you. Keep bumping you guys. won't be doing that anymore. The camera will be high enough that I won't be bumping you, hopefully. Gosh, yeah, it's just so awkward when things get this large. All right, so here's our stack of rows. They are coming along for sure. There's still the bin left of it though. I think this is all my scrap fabric though too. So we only have 5 more rows. It goes up to 14. So all right, cool beans, everyone. All right, I'm gonna flip you around and we'll call it an evening here. Yeah, it's a lot of rows. So 14 rows, I think, oh gosh, I don't think we did a king size quilt. I don't think I would have done that. I'm guessing this is a queen size quilt. So, yep, enough rows for that. I think each row ended up being like 8 inches or 8.5 inches big. Yeah, it looks bigger than that. Maybe they were 10 inches once we added the extra thing on. So that would be 140 inches though. That's pretty big for a queen size. I don't know. It'll be as big as it's going to be, I guess. So we will check it out. But yeah, it'll be a nice spring quilt. I'm excited for it. But yeah, we'll see. Maybe I'll stitch on it a little bit more this weekend, and I might just pop into here. All right, guys. Thank you again for joining me. I will get this up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies, and I hope you guys have a fabulous, fabulous weekend. If I don't see you this weekend, I will see you again on Monday. Have a great evening. Good night.